Morning, everybody. Nice early stream again today. First off, I apologize for that weird noise in the last stream. That high pitched squeal that basically never ended. Oh, that made it tough to watch back. Um, yeah, and this morning it was even worse when I started up. I think it's gone now. We'll go quiet and see. I think so. Maybe. I don't know. It might be back. I don't know. If it's back, that kind of sucks. Hang on. Let me check the stream and see if it's back. Nope. Sounds like it's gone. Cool. Yeah, there was some weird thing with my camera. Was for some strange reason was interfering, and I don't know. That's a techie thing, right? I'm just an engineer and former IT guy. I don't understand all that stuff. Anyway, good stuff today. So we're gonna finish. I actually had a lot of updates yesterday. I didn't think I was gonna make a lot of updates. But between what I saw in the video, what was frustrating me in the gameplay, and yeah, this cord, I'm just getting killed with these cords. And what I saw in the forum, I made a bunch of updates. First of all, for anybody using the override files, I fixed that. So, there was an issue where the override files weren't matching up team IDs. So like say you change the beast to something else, that's something. It might show up that it changed, but internally the ID didn't match up for what the beast was. So when you went to the schedule, this was the easy way to see it. There were other ways. You go to schedule and you click preview, the beast would not show up. It would be somebody else. And that's because of an ID mismatch. Actually, that would show up in other places too. It'd just be a little harder to see. I think saving and loading is mostly where you'll see it. But in any case, I fixed that. The update that I'm gonna send out today has got that in it, so you'll be fine there. This is 4.4.3. It's just an incremental. I didn't actually go to another, second level update. So there's that. You'll see that. What else? I think the rest of the stuff's all in game, so we'll see that when we start playing in the next season. So let's go to the next season. I'm sticking with my running quarterback offense. I may change defenses if there's a zone guy out here. Yes, a 2 safety defense. That's what I need. I want to use my safety more. So I need a coordinator who's got basically runs the free safety, strong safety style. He's prefers run defense safeties and blitz linebackers. I'll live with that. It's not my style. I prefer pass defense on both of them. But I can disagree on those two positions as long as I get the plays that I want. So, here we go. Draft time. We'll hit the start the draft. Let's go and do the same thing we did last time. Let's check the Hall of Fame. 2021. Okay, so yeah, for at least the first 4 years, everybody who graduates is going to be at the top of this list because last draft class only had 1 year of games. This draft class has got 2 years of games, and then till 4 years of games, and then the new guys are all competing with guys who had 4 years of games. So that's how that. Just to kind of put a little context around what we're seeing here. So, Rick Casey, Ezekiel Morrison, Elliot Galloway are my top 3. Well, actually, it's just really Rico Casey and Ezekiel Morrison are pretty far ahead of the next 2 guys. Casey, Morrison, Illinois, New Mexico. So, Illinois, New Mexico, did they even make the draft? Oh, Oh, they may not have made the draft. Interesting. No. Ezekiel Casey. Nah, I don't think they made the draft. How about that? Oh well. My guess is because I cut. There's so many guys in college. In fact, let's just figure it out. What is it? 20. All right, so there's over 700 players that graduate every year. The top 25 are automatically invited, and the next 275 are randomly invited. So that leaves over 400 players that are graduating that don't get into the draft. So there's a pretty good chance out of those 400 players, actually, it's really out of the 710 players that don't get the automatic invites. It's a pretty good chance that somebody who had a good college year is not making it to the draft. Yep, just unfortunate. The probabilities just kind of work out that way. I do like the draft class quality right now, so I'm hesitant to add more auto invites. I really do, because since I'm drafting at the back end most of the time. Ooh, 26. I actually get a decent pick this year. I actually like the idea that when my pick comes up, I'm seeing the end of the auto invites and the beginning of the random invites, and the quality feels about right. So I'm a little hesitant to add more guys, but it's a possibility. We could do it. All right. What do I need? Let's check my team. First, let's see if there's any unexpected retirements. Nope. I let a lot of free agencies, a lot of guys go hit free agency, if you remember. I did that on purpose. Where's the guy I want to play tight end? I always want this guy playing tight end, I believe. I don't know. I may change my mind on that. We'll see. I might change my mind on who I have play tight end. It's my D-line one. Channy's. I'm going to leave him at corner for... Actually, you know what? I'm moving him to free safety. I really like him at safety. I think everybody else is up for grabs. So that's how I'm going into the draft. Alright, can I even get this pick? No. Pick. Perkins, my one D lineman, no. This is just, who is this? Oh, that's Kirby, duh. No, I'm not trading any of my line. Gonzalez Gates. What is he playing? Not what is he playing. What would I play him at? O-line looks good. Linebacker looks pretty good. He's actually pretty good. Now's the time to probably start looking and seeing what I would be interested in trading guys for. Let's start with running back. So for running back, I kind of like this guy. Not a ton, not enough to trade up for, but he's okay. His receiving's bad. He's not a great blocker, but if he were there at my pick, I might look at him. All right, let's look at receivers now. So that guy would be a decent receiver too. This guy would make an okay blocking receiver. So this guy'd make a pretty good receiver, just a general receiver. This guy'd make a pretty good blocking receiver. This guy'd make... he's not a receiver. He's something else. I don't know what he is. Man defender, run defender. He could play something else. Alright, let's try... Tight end? No. O-line? No. D-line? Oh! D-line got to change. I'm going to call it the great pass rush nerfing of 2021. I think that's where we are. So, previously, as in yesterday, a guy like this and a guy like this, the guys with good speed would be viewed as really great defensive linemen because of their pass rushing ability. Which is fine because in-game, they actually would be really good pass rushers. They would be elite to the point where they're kind of overpowered and broken. So I made that change, and I talked about it a lot during the games yesterday. I actually made the least... I said I was going to go with the least intrusive. I lowered speed in the engine to be less effective. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. It's less effective unless you're an have elite pass rush skill. So if you're like a 99 pass rusher, and you have speed, you're going to be deadly. If you're like a 50 pass rusher and you have 99 speed, not so much. So, speed can be important, but it's only important if you know how to use it, is what the thought process is. And knowing how to use... The way I look at most of my ratings, especially on defense, I think of them as knowing how to use your athleticism. So, usually decision making, but for pass rushing and run rush, it's more about how do you deal with getting blocked, I guess is a good way to put it. So, what you're seeing now, when I rank by D-line, when I rank by D-line, is you're seeing a reliance on the skill a lot more so than the athleticism, and that'll start showing up on coaches, and it'll show up in the game. Hopefully, that's one thing we're going to look at in game is what does that mean for the engine. So, like a guy like this would actually be a really good D lineman, even though he doesn't have great athleticism, because he would hold up pretty well to both pass blocking and run blocking. So I'm actually going to tag that guy. I would take him. Alright, so now let's look for linebackers. Here's kind of the all-around guy. He looks really nice. I really like him. Oh, here's a nice all-around... This is a zone defender. It's kind of an all-around defender. I need a second safety, and I think this Watson would be a really good second safety. He'd be a really good linebacker too. But I think I want to fill the safety spot with a really fast guy. Zone and run defense is what I want out of this safety. So if he's there in the slate, I could go with him. I need speed out of the safety's position though. This guy can make a legit corner. Here we go. Ah, no speed, but I'm still going to tag him. Because if he's there... Same with this guy. If he's there in the second round, I would look at him. Yeah, and see here, he's overvaluing run defense. because I have that disagreement with my safety. All right, and let's look at kicker. I always gotta look at kicker. Yes. Okay, 2 kickers. Tag. Oh, 3 kickers. Tag. Tag. Okay. Good deal. All right. I'm not gonna trade any of these guys for any of those. No. 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 What is Gates playing? Okay, he's playing O-line. Okay. I feel if there was room to make a move, it would be here at Gates. Nah, he's got potential though. Who would I move him for? Yeah, see, none of these guys are elite at anything. Not enough to move this guy. He could be elite as a run blocker. He could be elite as a pass rusher. He could be elite as a linebacker. Yeah, no, he's too good to move. Perkins, Gonzalez, Lucas, Atkins. There's a new one. Well, it's that guy picked up to be a rookie linebacker. Nah, I kind of like him. J.C. Suarez and McBride. So that's a... Oh, I think I have him as a designated pass rusher. He'll be a good... This guy's going to be a good test for my DN nerfing because he is really athletic, but he's also pretty good at pass rushing. So he's going to be a good case study to follow. So I'm not getting rid of him. This J.C. McBride, I got him as a pure run blocker. I could move him though. Let's just go by salary. So no, 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 no. Yeah, nothing. I'm just not seeing anything. Let's go to my pick. All right. What do we have here? So let's just throw by position and see what. Okay, so Henson, he's a linebacker. Oof. So I could grab the kicker, or I could grab this linebacker guy. I did lose both of my linebackers, so he would probably be a smarter pick. And he's not great, but again, I did lose both 2 linebackers. What's my kicker look like? Oh, Tanner. No, I can't get rid of Tanner. No, we're rolling with Tanner. All right. Yeah, we'll get the linebacker. That's my biggest need right now. All right, it's auto to my pick. Anybody left I tagged? No. All right. Tanner. Go by speed and see if there's any skill whatsoever. Nope. Nope. Nothing. What do we got for strength? there's just nothing. Let's get this guy just on the off chance that I don't find another linebacker. All right, let's check out my team. Do an auto. Where's that? JC Suarez. Is that the guy? God, he'd be so much better at O-line. Oof. Lucas. Yeah, I think he's got to be the strong safety. That's a good place for the auto guy. The auto depth chart made a good call there. Yeah. These guys all look. This guy doesn't. Oh, I only have 2 linebackers this time. Yeah, fine. My O-line could use some shuffling. Oh, it looks like I got that duplicate thing I gotta fix again. That's easy to fix. I just keep forgetting that there are certain screens that I have blank spots on, and I forget that, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a blank spot there. All right, so I got 3 guys to fill. I still need all of my offensive skill positions. I could use either a better offensive lineman or a better defensive lineman, so that my tight end. So basically, it's JC Suarez plays either D-line or offensive line, and he's a better D-lineman. So I'm going to move him to D-line now anyways. He may move back to offensive line, but I like this as the case study at least. So you see what that does though is it makes my tight end look kind of bad. So that means I probably got to move Cochran back to tight end, which then makes O-lineman 3 just a pure run blocker, which might be okay for my offense, I guess. But now that I've kind of updated pass blocking so the O-lineman 3 actually takes an active part in pass blocking, having this guy, 59 pass blocking, 33 speed, having him be a pass blocker is kind of at a disadvantage there. And then all my offensive skill positions are just pure garbage. Secondary looks okay though. All right, so that's what we're looking at in free agency. I got 3 spots to fill. I got $122 because, just to be honest, because let's just let everybody else bid first. I haven't done a great job of reloading my talent. I've not been doing a good job at that, so I've been too in love with my young players, and they're not developing like I'd hoped. So I got to start using free agency to fill those holes. So first things first, what is the best player I can get in free agency? God, this is slim pickings. Oh my god. All right. I think I'm going to just focus on skill positions here. All right, so let's start at wide receiver. Oh. Receiving, run block, speed. Oh, this guy would fit me perfectly. I like that guy a lot. I mean, his strength is garbage, but yeah, nice. Look at this guy, 99 strength receiver. Is he any special teams? God, he would be. If he had some special, even at 48, he's going to be a special teams monster for blocking. All right, let's find a running back now. So running and run block. Yes, please. Running, break tackle, receiving, and run block. Oof. This guy's only 26 though. Yes, please. Let's save the last spot for the end of the... Actually, before I do that, let's see if there's a special team superstar out here. 71, 75, 96. Ooh, that guy's gonna be expensive though. Let's get this guy. Oh, getting outbid. Here's the running back and the wideout. Oh, I can't do both. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I knew they were good. Dang it. Oh, $43. I need to use the money. I can't bring myself to do it. Especially not this one. We're canceling out of this. I'm such a cheapskate. Alright, let's try running back again. What else is out there? That guy's he's not nearly as good, but let's try him. Position wide receiver. God, that guy would have been perfect. $43 though. This is more of just a pure run blocking wide receiver. Whoa. Alright, let's just... Oh, jeez. Why? $47. I can't. Oh, God. Now this guy? $30? God. You guys are killing me. Well, I can't go 55, so we're canceling that. To be honest, I probably should go 55 on him, but I'm just such a cheapskate. Yeah, so this guy's the running back I'm chasing. 2 years at 20. Why not? His receiving is so bad, though. Maybe... God, I just... This is the guy I need to get. Not gonna do it. Nope. I'm doing it. I'm going cheap again, like I usually do. Receiving 85, right here, 60. Ugh. God, these guys are terrible. That guy's okay. Ugh. I'm so embarrassed with that free agency. Ugh. All right. Let's do an auto. All right. So my wide receiver one, he's okay. This guy's okay. Ugh. This is so embarrassing. Line 1, line 2. Line 3, linebacker. This guy's okay. No. He's alright. Safeties are awesome, though. Tanner. Alright, I think that'll work. Save that. Let's check out my defensive guy. Edge zone, zone 2. Blitz 1, wide zone. Blitz 1, CB handoff, wide zone. I think I can do better. Alright, I want a couple of these run my one safety up. I guess I only have 2 of those. Yeah, that'll work. Let's try this. We'll see. My foot warmer went out. There we go. Alright, let's play some games. Oh wait, we got my list of things I gotta check. Let's check, see what everybody's salary cap looks like. So I have 80 because I'm too cheap to get free agents. 10, 47, 45, minus 11, 6, 35. Alright, few teams over the cap. That's not bad. Okay. I can live with that. I finished off the week. Let's see if I got what the trade offers look like. I still got 34 offers. Well, it's because the Sasquatch basically offered me every player on their team. The Sasquatch and the Twisters pretty much offered me every player on their team. Well, let's browse through some of these. So, McBride. McBride's on the block. I would trade McBride. Not for super old dudes, but for an offensive skill position, I would. Not trading those guys. Not trading him. Not trading him. I would, but I'm not going to. Nope. 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 Yeah, mostly. Oh. Ugh. No. No. Oh, corner 2. Who's that? Hanson. That's intriguing. Yeah, I don't really love any of those. All right, let's play at the Kraken. I love the Kraken. So first off, we are still in testing, so I gotta at least make sure this still works. Okay, good. Now let's play. Boom. All right. All right. So this defense is a little different. the 2-2-2-2 is kind of what I set up as the base defense. Generally, your corners are super wide. Generally, your free safety plays deep in some manner. Your strong safety is the guy who, depending on the play, can either play deep or come up and run support. And your linebackers are kind of the wild card here. They either do flat protect, they just kind of sit on the edge more of as a run protection, or you can do weird things like you send one of them, linebacker 2, into the middle, linebacker 1 plays a deep zone, or stuff like that. Here's like a deep over. This is where, you know, they kind of made this little bubble over the middle. This is where all 4 play kind of an underneath, and then these guys sort of umbrella. So yeah, the 2-2-2-2 is, I like it because it's very flexible. It's a little harder to specialize in this defense, but it can be pretty effective if you're solid across the board. It can be pretty effective. Not a lot of blitzes coming out of this. There's a couple blitzes in the package, but there's not very many. So like if you want a blitz heavy package, you got to go with like the 3 offensive linemen, or the 3 linebackers, or the 3 corners, or the 3 safeties. A lot of times we'll blitz a linebacker. Oh, that was weird. All right, so let's go. Thing to watch are my pass rushers. Remember, Suarez is just a pure mismatch at pass rushing. He's a total pass rush specialist, and he was the guy that made me think pass rushing was overpowered, other than other people telling me that. So here we go. That was a running play. He's going to get worked on running plays. So he's a terrible run defender. But as a pass rusher, he's still pretty good, but he did get worked a little bit. Again, these guys are good because I do have good pass rushers. So I'm kind of talking what I'm thinking right now. This is a good start. Oh, dang it. What do these guys run? Oh, good block. Can I screen on these guys? I mean, not that I have the players to screen. No, they're man. What's delay? Oh, the delay is tough on... Oh, look at that! Yes! My one good... Oh, look at it! New dance! Oh! Oh, yeah! There, I got some new animations in there. That'll be fun. I did a little work on animation. I actually got done the pass rushing thing super quick. And I looked at the system, and the system is actually very, very flexible. So, oh man, I pancaked that guy. Yeah, I'm liking what I see right there. Because I still want pass rushing to matter. There's nothing more I hate. There's a lot of football games out there that have pass rushers, and they have these really awesome players at pass rushers, but what you find out is none of it matters. Oh, look at that. He's going to get up. Oh, that was so sweet. I even fought through that double team. That was sweet. Like, there's nothing worse than investing in a great pass rusher only to find out that it just doesn't matter. So, I do want it to matter, so I'm not going to nerf it 100%, but he's just having a really hard time getting through, and that's what I want. Yeah, after I got that done, again, he's going to run it back. That's that... that's Channy, that corner, or the safety. Oh, no, it's Kirby. It's my quarterback. Channy's the kick returner. Yes. That's so cool. Good job, Tanner. Oh, I never had a great punt returner. This is pretty sweet. Yeah, so I spent most of the day on animation. Oh my god, he just smoked me. He's gonna run this in. Oh no. God, he smoked me. Ugh. I think I need a double on the outside. Oh, he pancaked him again. It's supposed to be a bad O lineman. 66. Oh, he got my guy got pancaked on the run. Oh, that's painful to watch. Look at that pass blocking. That's really good, actually. I'm kind of impressed, even though they're bad. Jeez, talk about not having a kicker. Oh my god. Yeah, a lot of animation work yesterday. Mostly on celebrations, but there's a couple other things in there that you'll see. I knocked out. I had to rewrite it, but I did knock out the so King Havo. Yeah, hey, he's here. Nice return. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've had a legitimate punt return game. There was a while I was thinking, okay, punt returns are pointless. Nobody ever returns them. The guy gets tackled by the first guy every time. I just got to revamp it. And now all of a sudden I put this team together and I'm having punt return success. It's awesome. Oh, I'm glad you're here. I did that thing you were talking about yesterday about, well, the two things. One, you get a touchdown and the guy is celebrating on field goals. I fixed that. That actually took a lot more work than I thought it was going to. I had to revamp how I call that animation. But I fixed it. And I have, pay attention at the end of the game, I do have a small, like the beginning of a transition from the end of the game to the, oh man, from the end of the game to the screen. So it's like, I think it's a 3-second transition, but it's there to show that it works. I didn't even know if it would work from the way I was ending games. So we're making baby steps towards a less jarring game system. Let's screen to my running back. I got it. Oh, actually, it's probably good. 3rd and 0. Jeez. No. We can't let this stand. Yes. I did just invest in this 99 runability running back. I should probably throw him the ball at least once. He's not going to throw it to him, is he? No. What else do I got? Running back quick screen. Let's try this. Oh, they manned him up. That sucks. At least I got this awesome quarterback. Let's delay into the end zone. Boom. See? Fixed it. I also added like 6 more celebrations, which is kind of cool. Not because I need more celebrations on the touchdown, but because my end game sequence uses the celebrations. So I hated having 20 guys all do the same 3 celebrations, so I had to add more. That's why that's there. It did feel like as I was doing it, I'm like, why am I spending time on this? Hope I didn't mess up your priorities. No. I was adding the celebrations though. It was something I always wanted to do. I was like, okay, my little, hey, that's a dumb celebration. But I put them all in at the end game, and I was just like, all my guys are just waving to each other. This is really stupid. But I got that system worked out now, so I can add and remove things like that a lot easier than I could before. God, my guy just got killed. The player would look better selling versus goal line. Yeah, you're right, because the way I call that, it's like the second you cross the line. I do like the NFL, right? As soon as you break the play and it's a touchdown. So I stop the play right there. Now, how would I have him do a little more? I actually, you know what I do? I actually call an animation um, right when he breaks the lane. The first thing I do is call the animation for him to drop the ball on the ground. I could just include in that animation, like, take 10 steps forward. That actually wouldn't be too hard. I could probably do that. The main team logo, it should flip. Oh, yeah. You know why I don't do that? Because I don't flip the field. You're right. If I flip the logo, I can at least fake the funk and pretend that I'm flipping the field. Every single play, every offensive play goes up, no matter what. That would probably be a smart way to pretend like I'm. Well, I mean, other than seeing the same chair on the play every time, I could fake the funk a little bit and flip the logo to make it seem like I'm flipping the field. I don't know. That's not a bad idea. Oh, look at that dance! Boom! Maybe that's not a bad idea. One thing I thought, and I'm probably this fell off the drawing board really quick. I thought at one point, well, at one point I had both teams' logos on the field, and the testers right away didn't like that, so I took it out. And I kind of agree with them. I do really, really like this. Oh God, you guys got to catch that! I really like the big logo. But one thing I thought is, what if I changed the logo to whoever had the ball? That'd be cool. The bench players wouldn't flip. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, oh, you're right. The room wouldn't flip. The bench players wouldn't flip. Yeah, I don't think that would work. Oh, thank goodness. God, this passing game is just roasting me. I mean, I'm holding up okay because I'm making them drive for their points, but God, if they had any skill at wide receiver, I'd be dead. Oh, wait, here it comes. Oh, you got to go? All right, see you later. Have a good day. Kickstarter. Oh, I tried to do Kickstarter. It flamed out miserably, and about halfway through, I started talking to other Kickstarter people, and the one lesson learned, yeah, I do like the idea of flipping the logo. That's actually a pretty easy way of doing this. And if everybody catches the rest, they catch the rest. I mean, who cares? Back to Kickstarter. I talked to a couple of Kickstarter people when I was trying to get going. And the lesson learned that all of them told me was Kickstarter was really cool. You know, if you could get some funding up front, like if you needed funding for something specific, like I need $5,000 to get this art. They were like, that's really good. But if you think about something like a computer game, how many you have to sell, because everybody expects to get a free Steam key or a free copy. And if you think how many you need to sell to get the money that you need, that's funny. Always makes me feel like trash when my kids going to school while I play games. No, that's me every day. They like it though. They're actually disappointed when I talked about getting a second job. They're like, "What? Okay, I'll still be here in the morning. I just won't be here when you get home." But the Kickstarter thing, they talked about you need so many backers to get any amount of money to get anything, which is fine if you're digitally distributing. But they're like, the work it takes to manage all those backers is always underestimated. Just sending out Steam keys to 2,000 people is a nightmare. And then I thought, I halfway through my Kickstarter, I started thinking about like, how much work do I actually want to do for a couple of grand? No, I didn't want to do that. All I really wanted was the feedback. So what I did is I just made I found a couple of people on like Front Office Football message board, one or two on like Operation Sports. Like my Facebook, I had a couple of people, and I just shipped them unfinished versions of the game for free and just let them play it. And I got a ton of feedback that way. What kind of second job would you get? Yeah, technically, all right. I say it's a second job. Technically, it's a full-time job that starts later in the day. So, yeah, I tried to find. Maybe it's partly the industry I'm in. I do engineering project management and for medical device companies is kind of my gig. Um, and they're insistent on, look, if you're going to come in here and create patents and things for us, we kind of want to own you. There's no part-time here. Like, you're in or you're not in. So yeah, I'm kind of talking to some people right now about coming on more or less full-time, and you repost your unfinished game, give feedback. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about when I was getting feedback. It's just, I'm basically just giving it to people and letting them play. I'm not doing Kickstarter. When it looks good enough that I feel like people should pay for it, that's what early access was for. And then I got a ton of feedback on early access, and people seem to really like being part of the process. So it's worked out pretty well for me. Kickstarter did not work out at all, though, and I'm going to avoid that like the plague until, unless I want to do a board game, I'm not even going to mess with Kickstarter. I got a pretty good crew of people that want to play and help development, though. It's small, but they were incredibly diligent really early on when this thing was just basically a prototype. They're only like 5 people, but they played it like every single day. So they were really good. Yeah, Kickstarter, I'm gonna avoid that like at all costs. There was one company I used to back a ton of Kickstarters. One computer game company. Yeah, did you see that? A little bit better, right? It's getting there. At least it can happen. That was the biggest question in my mind, is can I make this work? And that's what that prototype was for. Is like, okay, will this work? Do I have the systems in place to make it work? And it looks like it works. Yep, the fade. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, is now that I know it works, well, now I can do other cool things, right? I can have a fade, or I can have them run off the field, maybe. I don't know. I'm just glad the system works. that was a big hurdle for me. Oh man. God. If I weren't so in love with my offensive line, I could really do some good trading here. I just get so attached to my players, though. God, I just do. I really do. I'm such a draft-oriented guy. Oh, this guy would be great. Ugh. I'm just way too attached to my guys. Oh. Alright, what do we got here? Am I going to extend anybody? No. Oh, I'm definitely... Well, maybe not that. I'm definitely extending Perkins. I extend Clark. Maybe I'm not. No, I'm not extending Clark. Oh, he only wants 28. I'll extend him. Would the new animation system entail for it to be so hard? So, yeah, so what oh, Tanner. Got a hand to Tanner. The problem with it, I was using every transition that I had before. So this is part of what we were chatting earlier about how I wish I would have built my game controller differently. This is why. Is because my game controller was set up in such a way that it took direction directly from the real-time engine. So things like the second a player got tackled, that tackle, check tackle equals true thing, like, would determine, did a guy get tackled or did he break it? And it returns true if he is tackled. That right there was hooked into my overall game controller, and would trigger clearing everything and starting the next play. Crossing the goal line, I have something on the ball that always checks to see if it crosses the goal line, and the second that equals true, that grabs onto the game controller and triggered a bunch of stuff. Triggers, animation and setting up the next play and clearing players and things like that. Game over. Check game over is just basically like is the number of plays greater than the number of plays per game. Like that was hooked into. So I had all these little real-time systems that were plugged into my overall game controller, and the real-time systems, things being called on update, were determining what happened visually on the screen and where the game was. Now, if I were smart, I would have written the game controller first and had the game controller dig into the real time to check for things. When you're at this part of the game controller, okay, check to see if the guy's been tackled. And then if the answer's true, then the game controller decide what to do. I did it backwards. I had real-time AI. Like every player had its own AI, and every player's own AI had the ability to override the game controller. And it made coordinating transitions a nightmare. So that was my biggest lesson is, have a single place to control the flow of the game. Don't let individual player AI dictate what happens in the game. So that's been taking a lot of unwinding for me to get that out of the system and to get something more workable into the system. It's just me undoing problems that I created. And the animation system is tough too because animations take time. Well, if the game controller's not managing the amount of time in between stages of a play, yep, you have phases that monitor. That's exactly what I should have done. Because, like I said, time. It takes time to do an animation. And if I kick off an animation, but then another player AI does something else, that animation never happens. And that's what was happening at the end of the game. It was something like that. Yep. So that's what's been so hard for me. It's not that it's a hard thing to do. It's that I designed it poorly because when, we're talking about when it plays a full game, like that's when things take off. Well, that's what happened to me. It played a full game and it was like all speed ahead. Well, yeah, it played a full game, but I designed that game back when I was a noob and didn't have any idea what I was doing. And I was just like, oh my God, it plays a game. Let's go. And now that I've learned all those lessons, I have to undo all of that noob stuff. Oh well, that's okay though. I learned. I'm starting to get it unwound. It's starting to work out. For the next, those are lessons that when I move to the coach game, I'll apply those and it'll be much better. Yeah, other lesson that I've learned is about, and this is one that I'm not going to be able to unwind in this engine. I use Link a lot. And I don't know if you use Link at all. It's really easy to code. It's a nightmare on garbage collection. So it slows down my engine unnecessarily. So I use it everywhere too, just because I learned it first and it was so easy, and now I'm paying the price for that. So my next engine will be faster in every phase because I'm not going to use Link. Alright, let's take a look and see how salary caps are working now that they've had a chance to trade a little bit. They're all kind of the same. I noticed there's just a couple fewer teams over the cap, but not too bad. What do the spiders look like? Do I want to play them? Passing team. Oh, good. I do want to play passing teams because I'm really stressing that passing game. I don't know that I need to change anything on my depth chart. I mean, I hate pretty much all of my skill players on offense other than my quarterback. But there's not a lot I can do about it. Unless I'm willing to trade my favorite players, which I clearly am not. I'm kind of stuck with what I got. Yeah, I wasn't kidding early on when I said I prefer to build through the draft. Like, I might have been underselling it. I'm pretty much exclusively build through the draft. Let's play another game. Here we go. I love the spiders. Spiders were one of my favorite teams when I was developing this too. I love the uniforms. The logo was another one of those it was another one of those logos where I said I just want a spider and I want it to look scary. And the artist came back with the spider logo and I was like, yeah, that's awesome. RB quick screen. Oh my goodness, am I gonna get to screen this game? No. Yes. Well, at least I got one. Here we go. Oh no, never mind. There it goes. Womp womp. Yes. Good job, Kirby. Oh my god. That guy just came right there. Come on, Tanner. Kick the ball right in that guy's face. Yeah, look at those uniforms. Those are nice. I don't know how I fell into the iceberg being my team. The spiders were always going to be my team. The spiders and the knights. When those logos, oh my goodness, they're mashing me. Yeah, when those logos came back, I was convinced that spiders and the knights are going to be my team. Somehow I fell into the iceberg. I don't know. Maybe because it was the last logo I made. Or I had made. Yikes. This is not good. This is the only safety down play I have. God. I thought this was a passing team. What the heck? They're just going to mash me. That offensive line looks... Yeah, they're clearly a running team. Come on. That guy's terrible. They're killing me on the blocking, though. It's like playing me. The spider uniforms. Yeah, they're cool. I think I had to change my uniform. Custom leagues. Yeah. I've never understood, is like me just being cranky old man. I've never understood why everybody in the, when they call it sim community, what they're really talking about are Madden fanboys. Why they are so obsessed with uniforms and team colors and team names being exactly like what the real life is. Tacklers always make the tackle. No, they don't. There's actually a break tackle rating. It's close to always making the tackle only because it used to be a lot more variable and there were way too many long runs. So now really bad tacklers will actually miss a lot of tackles. And you'll see that a lot. You may have seen it a lot on my quarterback runs. I get a lot of my long runs because of missed tackles. There are players that are also awesome at breaking tackles. Yeah, see, he stopped his animation. So it's kind of like, if you're talking about average players, like 80% of the players are going to make the tackle every time. There's that 10% of really bad tacklers that are going to miss a lot of tackles, and you'll notice it if you're on your team. And there's also that 10% of offensive players who are so good at breaking tackles that you'll see them break tackles quite often. It's like only the guys on the ends that you're really going to notice it, though. It's, for the most part, guys are going to make the tackle. I used to have it what I thought was realistic for, like, football. And it actually seemed more realistic, but the problem was with only 8 players on the field and such space, one missed tackle almost always meant a touchdown. So it just got to be too much. animation for missed tackle looks like a pancake. So if you see that, that's what's going on there. God, they're killing me on the blocks, though. Look at that push. Jeez. If they had a good running back, they would be demolishing me. The return looks better now. Kicking team doesn't seem to mirror. It's better. Yeah, I actually, when you brought that up last time, I spent a fair amount of time on that, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I mean, now that it's a little bit, it's not perfect, but it's definitely a little bit better. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I like it a lot more this way. Boom. I went through an iteration where it actually was even more different. So like it wasn't like the 1-for-1 wasn't even. You didn't see that at all anymore. Same with the blocking, but the problem was then returners became too good again. So I think it's a good compromise right now. You can definitely tell the difference between the. Oh, there he is. Yes. You can tell the difference between the really skilled special team coverage guys and the guys who are not very skilled. So sometimes that's fun. Like most of my guys are pretty good. But you can see sometimes like I have a couple of guys who aren't cutting at all. They're bad. How's my coach play calling work? The way I do it, so behind the scenes, playbooks are basically a list. It's just a list of all the plays that coach has access to. And within each play, I have things like play type. So like if it's offense, it's a pass, run, option. And then each player has a role in the play, and it goes down like that. So my play calling, what the coach does is it looks at the situation. So let's say they're on offense. It'll look at the situation and it'll decide, is this a place where I have to call a kickoff or a field goal or whatever. But if it's a normal situation, they'll say, okay. Yep, AI. The normal situation, the AI will say, all right, what is my team good at? And it'll look at its roster and it'll say, what am I better at running? Am I better at passing? And let's say it determines I'm better at passing. It'll take all the offensive plays, generate a random number between 1 and 100. No, 1 and 10. It doesn't matter either way. I think it's actually 1 in 100. It'll assign a random number 1 in 100 to every play. Then because it's a passing team, it'll take all the passing plays and it'll add on an additional 20 or 25, I think. Up to 20 or 25 based on how strong of a passing team am I. So like the ultimate passing team will add like 25. A team who's basically the same at passing as running may add like 0 or 1. And it'll do that for every play. It'll score it randomly. It'll score it, am I good at passing? It'll score, like if the pass play wide receiver 1 is the primary read, it'll say, is my wide receiver 1 really good? And if the answer is yes, it'll add another little bonus onto that, like maybe 5. And then the next play, it'll be like wide receiver 2 is the primary. Well, my wide receiver 2 sucks, so it won't add anything onto that. This one will be like, oh, running back 1's my primary read here. Is running back 1 good at catching? Yes. Well, I'll add like 5 onto that. So it like builds the score for every play that is heavily weighted towards random, but it's slightly influenced by roster strength. And then it sorts them and it picks the one with the highest number. And it does the same thing for defense. Defense uses the same system. Yeah, so that's how it works. It's basically what I'm trying to do is I want it to be random, but I want it to be tilted towards your team's skill. And that's basically it. I don't do... see, like right there, it went for it on 4th because of the score situation. So I do that. That's the first check. is game situation. Then after that, it's roster situation. I've started implementing things. Now, this isn't like totally implemented all the way, but I've started implementing things like what does the other team seem to call a lot? And I've added some of that, like analyzing the other player in play calling. That's beginning to take shape. So, like, if I just call this power sweep every single play, the AI coach is going to figure that out, and it's going to start calling plays that are effective against this play. That's just beginning. It's not super advanced yet, but it's definitely getting there. So I just keep calling. Pretty soon you're going to see me getting nowhere on this play. Well, maybe. It's actually a pretty good play for my team, so yeah, I got it. Ooh, dance. Yeah, so that's how it works. I wanted to make the system as simple as possible for me, so that I could add upgrades to it really easy. This was one of the last systems I developed, so I actually thought it through. Before, this was like only, I would say, a month ago, this system was developed. Before that, it was 100% random number generator. Almost all of through early access, it was just a pure random number generator. Randomly pick a play from offense and from this playbook, and it would pick it. Yeah. I like how it's working though. Now, before, you would have never seen, like if I look at, let's just look at this preview. You never would have seen stuff like this where they heavily tilted towards passing and barely ever ran the ball. This team runs the ball a ton and doesn't pass that often. You wouldn't have seen that 2 months ago. Every team would have had a pretty balance on runs and passes. And some would be better than others, but actually, leaders is the best way to look at it. Like, the Magma have 75 pass attempts. And they're not even to be found on fewer than 15 rush attempts. Whereas the Phoenix have 54 rush attempts. And if you look at their passing, they're nowhere to be found on the passing leaders. So I think the play style specialization's working pretty good. All right. What should we do? Let's just get... I'm kind of happy with what I'm seeing. Oh, the Swarm. I actually really like... never mind. We're going to play the Swarm. I was going to get to the end of the season, but... Oh, wait. No, I'm not playing the Swarm. That's the Tree Frogs. Do I have the Swarm? I have the Swarm. We're playing the Swarm. Actually, before I commit to that, let's make sure they still have that running back. And he's still good. Buster Saunders. All right, he's still good. We're going to play them. I want to play him. Oh, my team is just... Well, all right. Never mind. I was going to say I was going undefeated in 3 losses in a row. Oh, I simmed it! Dang it! I should have played it. Maybe I'll get him in the playoffs. Let's see. Wait a minute. Did I not make the playoffs? Oh, I did and I lost. Ah! I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. Well, oh well. That's life. Dang it! Number 1 passing team against the number 1 rushing team. Man. Pass defense seems to be... If I were now to start to put, what does it take to be a great team in this engine? I'm starting to think pass defense is the way was where it's at. You got to have some offense. You got to be good at something on offense. But I've noticed if you have a great pass defense, you're going to be successful. Which makes, I mean, that totally makes sense. All right, let's check all our end of season stuff. So South Carolina, jeez, 15-1. South Carolina won the national championship. Let's make sure the path looks right. All right. Let's see who they played. They played Auburn. So South Carolina won their game. That's what we want. Auburn. Oh, Auburn didn't even get a bowl game. Oh, yeah. No. What happened? Okay, TCU was highly ranked and they lost. Iowa was highly ranked and lost. Virginia won. Fresno State lost. Akron won. So Virginia and Akron both won. Virginia only got up to number 2. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I could buy that. So with all the top teams losing, South Carolina and Auburn. Auburn was able to leapfrog the top group. That's interesting. I kind of like that. This is definitely better than what we had before. We got to take a look at South Carolina. Where are they so good? Pass defense, maybe? Oh, pretty good pass defense. Ooh, good linebacker. One great one, one kind of good one. Safety's pretty good. Defensive line is garbage. Offensive line's okay. Receivers look good. Yeah. Right place at the right time, I guess. Best final season rank 17 before this season, so let's double check them after we end the season. I think I'm gonna get through the off season and then I'll stop before next season. I didn't see anything in my games that I feel like I really want to address. If it's gonna be anything in the replay, I think it's gonna be subtle. So I'm okay with going into another off season. What else? Is there any end of season stuff I need to check? No, I'm good. I'm going to keep my offense. What do we got on defense? This guy seems to align better with what I like, so I'm going to hire him. Where am I picking? 27. All right. Oh, boy. This is going to be a bad draft. This is a bad draft overall, but the top 3 guys are legit. Oh, quarterbacks, too. Oh, we're getting a quarterback influx. Oh, man. For rookies, those are nice. Now, everybody else sucks. This is not a great draft. It's not a great draft to have a, 5 through 10 pick, because you're getting screwed. These that middle group that's supposed to be around $30, those guys are just gone. This $26 guy is usually way down here. Aha. Sucks to be you guys. Oh, this guy's alright though. I'm gonna tag him. Let's start. Tag. Oh, let me check my team. What did I lose? News. Alright, so I lost Phillips and Gross. I don't even know those guys' names, so they can't be that good. I know what I need, so I'm not going to sweat my depth chart right now. I'm not going to get any of what I need in this draft, that's for sure. Oh, linebacker. Oh, man. I take that back. There are a couple of guys in here I could get. Well, mostly because I'm used to picking way at the back of the draft, but there's a couple guys that could help me out. Yeah, this guy can help me out. Alright, let's do it. There's almost zero chance I'm trading. I'm not even going to try. None of these guys are worth trading up for. Oh, they're all gone, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Any kickers? Not that I'm going to cut Tanner, but, you know. Yeah, this sucks. Ugh. God, this is so bad. I'm actually thinking about skipping my picks. It's so bad. Actually, he could be good. Yeah. He could do something in the future. Let's get a special teamer for my next guy. Yeah, what a bad draft. Ugh. Gross. Alright, I still need the same guys. Alright, let's just... I like the AI teams bidding first. Puts the pressure on me that I have to bid on a guy now, or else there's a chance, not a good chance. Hang on, I need more. Oh, I need more Boba Fett coffee. Hang on. Alright, back. Ugh. Totally jacked everything up. Ugh. Alright. Everything's still working? Hello? Yep. Alright. Let me check the stream, make sure it's still going. Yeah, there's me in the empty chair. Yeah, the tough part about it, I like knowing what the AI is bidding, but if I don't bid on a guy this day, AI guys will, the players will start to sign because if they go, no, let's start. Well, they might start to sign. Day 3 for sure. If they go 2 days without getting a new bid, they sign a lot of times. Or if they'll sign on one day if the bid is significantly above what they ask for. So that's the risk you run by not bidding on a guy right away. Alright, back to it. Running back. Got $120 and 3 players. These guys are better. They're not great. I kind of want the run blocking running back because I'm not intending on using my running back as a running back. My running back is there to block for my quarterback. So I probably shouldn't be spending this money on running back. I should be spending it on wide receiver. This guy would be great because he's got running ability. Because I'm screening all the time. He's got some speed. This guy'd be alright. He's 34 though. Here I go again. This guy would be a good run blocking wide receiver. I need one game breaker. $2 years, $38. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. What do we got at O-line? I feel pretty good at my O-line. I feel good at D-line. Oh man, $80. Holy cow, that guy's legit. Yikes. We got linebacker. Tackle, blitz, and run defense. I might actually get in on this guy. I'm getting in on that guy. Alright. Corner. No. Safety. No. Actually, he's not bad. 2 years, 22. I can do that. Alright, let's see what we got. I knew it. Riggs is going to get a ton of money. He's good. Two years, 25. I'm still in on this guy. 71. Yeah, I'm out on Riggs. Who is bidding on him? The Blues. What do they have? There they are. Oh, they got $100 in cap space. Yeah. That's a good linebacker, too. Alright. That's one thing about the AI teams that's different. Oh, man. I can't. Oh, man, they're going after my guy. He's not worth that. Cancel. That's one difference about the AI teams, at least compared to how I play. The AI teams are pretty aggressive about win now. And that's actually by design. That's not just oh well, it's thinking ahead. AI is super complicated, so I'm gonna just go to the cheap guys again. It's I could, like, the think ahead AI is not super hard. It's just that when I wrote that, I actually had that AI for a while. Like, teams plan ahead and try to get younger guys and then try to develop a roster. That's not as complicated as you would think. I know when you start thinking about it at first, it's like, okay, how do you get a computer team to think ahead? But if you think about how the human football owner thinks ahead, there's actually very few variables they're using, and there's very few decisions that they're actually making. So, I need some chapstick. So it's not super hard. But the reason I abandoned it is because what ends up happening is kind of what's happening in my team. Is you get a number of guys that are kind of young, and you're always waiting for them to develop. And you always end up in this situation where it's like, okay, I'm not quite as good this year. Like, I'm in free agency right now. I'm passing up on some pretty good players because they're too old. And I don't want to spend the money. But then I go into next season and I've got like $100 in cap space. And what unused cap space represents is unrealized potential. You haven't used your assets effectively. So when I started thinking about it that way, I realized the smartest thing for every owner to do is to always try to win now, because you'll always have the best team possible. And when next year comes and your guys start getting really old, you may have a down year. That's fine, as long as you're not, spending money that you don't have. After that, that down year will suck, but then you'll come back the next year, and as long as you're always trying to win now, you'll get better next year, and then it'll get better next year, and it'll get better next year. Whereas teams like me that are always thinking 2 years down the road, 2 years down the road never comes, which is why I'm kind of mediocre right now. So if I'm really smart and I have a great plan, yes, I'm going to end up with a team that's really dominant. Jeez, this is getting out of control. 114. I can't think of a single reason why that guy is getting $114. I have so many checks in place for this. I cannot imagine why he's getting a bid of $114. Everybody's bidding on him. All right. Everybody is bidding on him. Well, it's good I got it on tape, and I'm cycling through everybody who's bidding on him to see why he's getting such a bid. And the first thing I'm noticing is he's getting a bid far above what he should be getting. That first day, what his demand was, that's setting the bar for what's his absolute max. And his absolute max should be 1.4 times what his starting day bid is. What was he? $45 at the most? Something like that? $40? Let's say he was 45. I'll look at the tape and figure out what it was, but that means his absolute maximum should be $63. And I have double and triple checks in there to make sure that that number never goes above that $63. So why is he getting a $114 bid? Here's another check that I have in there that seems to be getting ignored. The Beast are still bidding on him. Well, they're not bidding on him. The Beast still have him on their current offers list, which means they made an offer to him at some point. They're the wrong team to look at. I mean, they're the right team to look at, but here's an even better example. The Dragons made a bid on him at some point. And so he's still on their list, and he's still counting for cap space after offers. The problem is, once that bid got above $58, they should have taken him off the list. Because you can't have a bid on your list. Like, you, as a team, you cannot be evaluating bids that you can't pay for. So the fact that this slipped through that filter is making me think that these bids are slipping through the other filter too. See, look at this. If you add up these three bids, they equal more than cap space. So some of these should have been removed from consideration, but they're not. I think that's where the disconnect is. Okay, well, I got it on tape. I can figure it out now. Let's just hammer out our free agency as best we can. God, that guy's good though. He's good. God, this is such. I just have such a bad free agency. Let's get this guy. I know I need. I'm basically renting wide receivers and running backs until I settle on one, which is really dumb, but you know, hey, it's what I'm doing. You know what? For the last guys, I'm just gonna sign rookies. What I'll do, yeah, I'm gonna just sign rookies, just on the off chance that they improve. We'll sign him, sign him, sign him. Uh-oh, open rosters, that's -1. What happened? What did I do? I'm gonna have a crash, aren't I? Alright. Ah! That's something to fix. So, alright, so that's another filter I have. I shouldn't be able to make a bid for a player if I don't have an Alright, so clearly my filters aren't working. Alright. Let's see if it crashes. Nope. Go to my team. Auto. Alright, so I'm probably safe. Let's save it. I'm actually, before I exit, I'm going to try to load this and see if I've broken it somehow. Alright, so I'm glad I got that on tape. That'll be an area that I focus on for the next sim. Alright, team. Alright, I'm still good. Alright. So anyway, that's what we're gonna work on. Yeah. I'll play it back. Mostly I'm gonna focus. I'm probably, well, I definitely gotta play it back. I played a couple of games. I gotta look at those. Just to find small things and build my list. But that free agency thing is what I'm going to spend most of my time thinking about. I cannot believe that is still happening. There should be no way. And first of all, there should be no way I signed that last player. I don't know how I was able to do that. What I'm thinking is I have this function that it basically gathers all my free agent, all the offers I've made, and I use this function to check for a salary cap. I use this function to check for open roster spots. I think that's the thing that's not working. The gather my current free agency offers, I think that's not working for some reason. So that's gonna be where I start. Long stream today, but that's okay. I finally got to some good stuff on some bugs and things on tape. So you know, it took a while to get there, but we got there. And that's all that matters. Anyway, till later. You can almost bet there's going to be a later stream today, just because it's getting so hard to find these bugs, and the fact that I found some more today makes me think that I got to keep just grinding through it. Just got to keep grinding. So that's what we're going to do. I'll fix the free agency thing. We'll stream again later today. I'm definitely going to hit free agency again today. So next season is going to be a quick one. I'm going to start, while I'm playing it back, I'm going to look at some of the roster management stuff from the AI teams to see how they're looking. I'm also just right now looking at what a superstar Channing is. Yikes. What a superstar. God, that guy's good. It's a shame he's in the secondary. Like, I wish I could use him more, but I can't. Um, but I mean, you got to have secondary players, right? God, he's good. He's so good. Anyway, till later. Thanks, everybody. Now it's just me staring into the camera until the stream catches up. Boba Fett. It's the greatest coffee mug ever. You know, these coffee mugs are so good. I'll have my coffee from the morning and I'll just leave it on the counter and I'll come back at like 5 o'clock at night. It's still warm. Technology, huh? Crazy.